listening to There Are Lots of Things, show number 9. I'm your co-host, April.
And I'm your co-host, Maddie.
And we are going to take you on yet another journey with us. So what should we talk about today?
Well, there are lots of things, but I think today we should talk about a late one.
You mean Ale 8 one?
Yes, a late one.
Yes, so for all of those people who are not from Kentucky or the surrounding areas, Ale 8-1 is our ginger ale type beverage, craft beverage.
Yeah, well, maybe we should do our trivia question from last week.
I think that's a great idea.
Even though 95% of bourbon is distilled, aged, and bottled in this great state of ours,
Kentucky.
Yeah. Did you know that there is another popular beverage that was that was invented by a Commonwealth native? Commonwealth being Kentucky, we call it the Commonwealth here.
We do.
And it has been bottled in Kentucky since 1926. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. I didn't know the year. Is the question, what is that beverage?
Yeah, No, the question is, did you know that? It's a trivia question. You can get this right or wrong.
I did know that Ale 8, which is the answer to my question.
That's correct. That's the correct answer.
I did know that it was made in Kentucky. I knew it was a Kentucky beverage.
Well, That's
about all I knew.
Yeah, I am not from Kentucky originally, so I didn't have this beverage until I was in my late elementary school years.
I didn't know that it was so regional or so specific to our area.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I knew it was a popular beverage in Kentucky. I didn't know that it was so isolated to Kentucky until I moved to Florida. And I didn't see it anywhere.
Well, I'm drinking an Ale 8-1 right now.
I am drinking a Canada Dry, mostly because I like my soft drinks and specifically my ginger ales to have a little bit more bubble to them, which we'll talk about a little bit later, why that might be why I'm not drinking an Ale 8.
So Ale 8 is a regional ginger and citrus flavored soft drink. It's distributed primarily to brick and mortar retailers in Kentucky.
You'll often find specifically closer to Winchester, which is in eastern Kentucky. It's past Lexington a little bit. It's right before Red River Gorge, so for all those hikers that are listening, a lot of that area has dedicated vending machines for Ale 8. So all it is 5 rows of Ale 8, 1 regular, and then diet.
Nice.
I'm sure we'll talk about there's a couple other variations of Ale 8, so they may have added that in too, but you're mostly only going to get Ale 8 out of that one.
Well, Ale 8 is a ginger and citrus blend. It contains less carbonation, which is what we were talking about, and fewer calories than conventional soda, and it's pretty low in caffeine comparatively.
Yes.
It is bottled by the Ale 8-1 Bottling Company in Winchester, Kentucky, and the formula for Ale 8-1 was developed by soda bottler G.L. Wainscott in the 1920s. Wasn't he... I think I read that he was just, fascinated by the carbonation machine.
Yeah.
And he was like, I gotta get me some of that carbonation.
Well, I think that's just how things went back in the turn of the century, early 1900s, as you just saw something and you're like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't that much competition going on. However, there was one big name in the beverage industry during that time. Before Wainscott did Ale 8, he had another beverage called
it Roxa-Cola.
Roxa-Cola with a K.
The cola is
The cola is the K. There's no K in Roxa. And because of that beverage, he had a lawsuit thrown at him by none other than Coca-Cola.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Coca-Cola didn't like anybody else making that caramely type beverage that was carbonated, so they're like, everyone who's doing it, you suck, I'm gonna sue you. Wainscott was like, no. You cannot sue me. He stood tall. He, unlike the other soda makers, cola makers who decided to cease productions and avoid confrontation, he stood tall and was successful, actually, in winning the lawsuit, but also an appeal. So, score 1 for the small one. But he decided, Coca-Cola, getting too big, probably can't compete with that. So let's make something else. So he started in the early 1920s coming up with some ideas on another soda. He actually went over to Northern Europe for a while and discovered ginger beer, and he liked it. So he went ahead and worked on his own kind of secret recipe for what is now Ale 8.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Good job.
The recipe is still secret to this day, so no one knows what is actually in Ale 8. There is like only 2 guys that have access to the locked safe that's at the top of a spiral staircase all the way up there. So
that's fancy. That's cool. Spiral staircase.
Yeah.
It's not super gingery. It's not as gingery as ginger beer.
Yeah. I think it's more citrusy than ginger.
Mm-hmm. But it is good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. Why is it called an Ale 8-1?
That's a good question. Do you happen to know this, or?
In a manner of speaking, I can see the answer with my eyes right now.
A lot of, states have county fairs.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky is
it's wrought with county fairs.
So many. So the Clark County Fair, which I'm not totally sure where Clark County is.
I'm assuming it's where...
It's probably around Winchester area. Maddie will fact check that while I continue on. He decided he wanted to get some buzz going around this new soda, and he thought one of the great ways to do that was to hold a contest at the state fair. So he had...
County fair.
Oh, yep, sorry, county fair. We live in Louisville. We have the state fair here.
Yep. It's, Clark County is located in Kentucky. It's the county seat is Winchester. So that's where Ale 8 is made.
So he decided at the county fair that he was going to give out some samples of this stuff, let people taste it, and then he was going to have a contest to let people name this soda. So he did that, and he got, rumor has it that he got a entry that was called a late one by a 14-year-old girl. And I guess back in the 20s, a late one was kind of like slang for the latest thing. So that's what it stands for. I had always been told that a late one, because it was out around the Prohibition time. I have no idea where I read this or where I heard this, so this is not a fact. This is just random April stuff coming out of her mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But because it was made during Prohibition time, this was a drink that people could drink instead of drinking alcohol. And you would typically have alcohol later in the evening, so it was a late one.
I've heard that too.
To be drinking. I want to say it was at the Fraser when they did a whole Prohibition exhibit, and I want to say that that's where I saw it, but they don't have that exhibit anymore. Right. I don't think so. So that's where Ale 8-1 was born. And it is written out on the bottle or can as Ale, A-L-E, the number 8, and like a little 1 subscript. That's Ale 8-1.
Fascinating.
Also just known as Ale 8.
Yes.
I almost rarely call it Ale 8-1.
I never call it Ale 8-1. We should bring back a late one as a slang term for the latest.
I like that.
The latest.
Let's do it.
The new hotness. Well, there's regular Ale 8-1, and then there are a couple of variations nowadays. In 2003, they came out with a diet Ale 8-1.
Yummy.
Yeah, yummy. It has 44 milligrams of caffeine, which is a little bit more, I think, than regular Ale 8. It doesn't have any sugar, but it's sweetened with a mixture of things that I can't pronounce and sucralose.
I thought it was interesting that it doesn't have any aspartame.
Yeah, that is interesting. Dreaded aspartame.
I don't think it has Splenda either.
Well, the caffeine-free Diet Ale 8 came out in 2011, and that one is sweetened with Splenda. Well, pretty recently they came out with 2 other variations.
Yeah, so in 2018, so last year, they came out with a Cherry Ale 8. Have you had that one yet?
I have. I had it at the Fraser when they did that launch.
Oh, yeah. Did you like it?
I did, yeah.
I haven't tried it yet, so we'll do a taste test at the end of this, and I'll see if I like it. I don't typically like cherry-flavored things, so I don't think I'm gonna like it.
Oh, you'll like it with bourbon in it.
Okay, let's try them all with bourbon.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then this year, they came out with a new orange cream soda flavor.
Yes, which I'm really excited to try that one.
I have not tried that one.
Just because I love orange soda.
It's interesting that they're Keenan and Kel reference. It's nice to see that they're kind of expanding. You know, you would think that an almost 100-year-old company that's really just regional would be struggling, considering the many, many national, international soda brands out there. But it's nice and interesting to see that they're coming out with new flavors.
I think Kentucky, I know a lot of other states have this too, but, you know, we're Kentucky proud. We like our local stuff.
Boy, yeah, we do.
And I think that is one of the staying powers of Ale 8, is that it's local and we did it.
Yeah, we just get a kick out of the fact that it's
ours.
Kentucky. Yeah.
So everyone likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit more. So this is some of the fun facts. Chris Doyle, who's the director of their brand management, said that he thinks that the unique qualities of Ale 8 is what has kind of made it so popular, and that he thinks it really does come down to less carbonation, which, like I said, is actually one of the reasons why I don't like it as much as Canada Dry. But they really let their flavors come through rather than being masked by the excessive carbonation. So I haven't had an Ale 8 one in a really long time, a couple years maybe, so I'm excited to kind of try that again with this knowledge.
I think that's interesting. You know, like super cheap beer is always served like ice cold.
Yeah.
Because you can't taste it as much. Kind of the same principle.
They also use real ginger with a pop of citrus, so it makes the drink really light and refreshing. This is kind of cool too. It's one of the last soft drink companies left in the United States that continues to receive and refill the returnable long neck green glass bottles.
That's cool.
So that's one of, I guess, kind of trademark of Ale 8 is that it is, if you buy the bottles, it's served in a green bottle. It's not all of them. I don't think the bottles that I have are that, but they are a little thicker. So, you know, some of the European companies, which is why I'm assuming this might be a thing because he got some of his stuff from over there, but they're thicker bottles so that they can just clean them.
Yeah.
So they usually are served closer to the bottling factory. So there's a couple different restaurants that have those bottles that once they use them at the restaurant, they collect them and then they send them back to Ale 8 for reusing.
I like that. Sustainable.
Yeah, I did too. So where in the hell can you drink this stuff?
Well, for most of its history, Ale 8 was only available in central and eastern Kentucky.
Well, darn.
Yeah, but fear not, I've got good news. In April 2001, the Ale 8 One Bottling Company expanded its distribution to areas of southern Ohio and southern Indiana through an agreement with Coca-Cola Enterprises.
What?
Yeah, I know, the ones that sued them. Can you even believe it?
Well,
I guess they're over it now. It's been 80 years.
It's been a while.
Later, distribution to eastern Tennessee and far western Virginia was added, and it is also available in some parts of West Virginia, as opposed to western Virginia, which is the state of Virginia.
The west side.
Yeah. In July 2015, Ale 8 announced plans to expand production into Indianapolis. But here's where you can probably get it most easily. Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel has the drink nationwide in all of its locations.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
So that's going to be more. You're going to get probably a fountain. Or maybe they're selling it in their store.
Maybe.
So it's either going to be fountain on the line, or you can buy the bottles.
I have never seen
store.
Ale 8 on a fountain. Have you?
I feel like I might have, but I'm not 100% sure.
Interesting.
Yeah. I have seen it. No, I have.
Yeah.
I think Feast has Ale 8.
Feast has an Ale 8 and bourbon slushy.
Which is really good.
It is really good.
But I'm pretty sure Feast has it on tap.
Fascinating. What's the Fresh Market?
I'm not sure. I'm thinking it's something similar to Fresh Time, but the Fresh Market also, in 2017, started distributing Ale 8 and Diet Ale 8 in their stores in eastern and midwestern United States.
Midwestern.
That's what it says.
Cool. So, should we taste it?
Let's,
I mean, I'm already drinking it.
You're already drinking it. But, so, one of the things that I read was that, so there's all kinds of different varieties of Ale 8. So we're going to try the different ones that we could find in the store. We weren't able to find the caffeine-free Ale 8, caffeine-free Diet Ale 8. And for some reason, I wasn't able to find it in just a plastic bottle. But some of the things I read was that Ale 8 tastes different in the can in the plastic bottle and in the glass bottle. So I thought it might be fun to try all of those. In addition to that, trying the diet to see if it tastes weird, and trying the cherry and the orange. Well, let's do this taste test.
Okay, yeah, let's.
So we're going to taste all of the different varieties that we have sitting before us. So I think we should try the original first in the bottle.
All right.
And then also compare it to the original in the can.
Okay.
To try to...
You think they're going to taste different?
Well, they say they will, so...
All right.
I think maybe it will.
Let's do it.
All right, so the bottle first.
Ooh, fizzy.
All right, so it smells very gingery.
Ginger forward.
Ooh, definitely ginger forward, and a bit of citrus on the tongue.
Oh, boy. Yeah, it's delicious. I love Ale 8.
Yeah, I really like this one. I was not expecting... It's been a while since I've had it.
Yeah, you weren't expecting to fall in love.
I was not expecting to like it as much as I am liking it.
Not as carbonated as a lot of other sodas.
Yes, it's definitely not. You can taste the flavors there a little bit more, which is what the inventor intended, so good job for doing what you intended.
Sometimes that is hard, to do what you intend.
Yes. Yeah, so it had a bubble in it, and some
It
bubbles
had
in
a bubble.
It had some bubbles in the glass that I poured it in.
But not too many.
All right, want to try the can?
I do.
You think you can remember what the bottle tastes like in your mouth?
Yep. Tastes like glass. Tastes like a glass bottle. Is that how you do taste tests?
I think so.
Okay.
All right, this is the can.
I do think that's a little different.
Yeah, I think the bottle was maybe a little bit more syrupy. Is that a word? Yeah, syrupy is a word.
In your mouth, yeah.
Yeah. The bottle in your mouth was a little syrupy.
Yeah.
I think I like the can a little better.
Really?
I think so.
I think I like the bottle a little better.
The can's a little lighter.
Maybe I like it heavy.
Yeah, okay. I do think that with it being less carbonated and the flavors are already there, that unlike, when a Canada Dry gets flat, it kind of tastes gross. Like, you have to drink a Canada Dry really fast. Like, I feel like...
Yeah. You can sip on this a little bit.
Yeah, maybe you can sip on it a little longer.
All right, well, what else do we have here?
Well, we do have diet, and I am not a fan of diet drinks.
All right. I don't think anybody's a fan of diet drinks per se, but, you drink them.
Yeah, I don't drink diet drinks. If I'm gonna not drink a Coke, I'm just gonna drink water. Okay. I'm not gonna drink its diet equivalent.
I do drink Diet Cokes quite frequently.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna like this.
Okay.
Have you ever had the diet Ale 8?
I have.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and, I guess, taste it together.
And this is in a can as well.
Yes, this is in a can. This does not have any aspartame or Splenda in it. I think we mentioned that before. It does have that weird diet taste that diet drinks have.
I don't think it's the worst diet drink that I've had. I would definitely, if I were going to get, if I were sick or something, and I were going to get a clear soda to drink, I would probably choose this one.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Something to mix with bourbon and feel a little bit better about yourself.
Especially if you've had, a lot of Ale 8 recently.
Have you had a lot of Ale 8 recently?
It feels like it.
Yeah. Well, you gotta do research for your shows.
True.
So.
Hands on. Mouth on.
Mouth on. If I had to drink Diet Ale 8, I would do it if I had to. It's definitely not bad.
Not the worst.
It's definitely not the worst.
It does have a diety taste.
So we also have our Ale 8 Cherry and our Ale 8 Orange.
Cherry is beautiful.
Yes, so...
Beautiful cherry color.
That one came out last year, so we can go ahead and test that one first.
Okay. And you have not had this one?
I have not had this one. You have?
I have. I had it when it first came out. The Fraser was giving away little bottles. They had an event in the gift shop.
Oh.
And they were really cute little Ale 8 bottles.
Aw. Did you keep it?
I didn't keep it. I really wish that I had.
Would have been cute.
I know.
I don't typically like cherry flavored items. I don't like cherry, like popsicles or suckers, so.
Do you like actual cherries?
No.
Oh. Okay.
I was gonna have a story with that, but
There isn't.
There really isn't. I just don't really like cherries.
I love cherry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm excited.
Alright, well, let's try it.
Cherry forward.
It's definitely cherry forward.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not its biggest fan, but it could maybe be a really good mixer.
I haven't mixed it with anything, but I imagine it'd be really good with vodka.
Yeah.
But I like cherry beverages. When I worked at Sonic, the cherry, there was a cherry Sprite thing. Cherry limeade is what it was called. I made those quite often. People were really into them.
Yeah.
That a Route 66 size, which was 66 ounces, that you carried on a tray with your rollerblades on. Then you fell.
Do you have pictures?
No, thank God. I don't have pictures of me falling to my death. I like it. It tastes like grenadine to me, but lighter than grenadine. It's kind of like a Shirley Temple.
Yeah, I can see that. I've had a Shirley Temple before. It definitely tastes like that. Do you think there's any of the ginger in it? Do you think it's just cherry added to their original formula?
I don't know.
You can't, yeah. It's hard to tell. It's very cherry forward.
It's very cherry forward.
Well, so we'll say that one was good.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So let's go on to the last one that we have, which is the orange flavor. Like we said, this was just released a couple of months ago.
And this is an orange cream?
Yes, an orange cream.
Okay.
So it should, I'm assuming, taste like a creamsicle.
And do you like orange cream flavored stuff?
Well, I like orange flavored things.
Okay.
I don't typically like orange cream flavored things.
I prefer cherry flavored things over orange things, so I feel like this isn't going to be my favorite, although I do like orange soda on occasion.
I like orange soda. I do tend to eat the orange flavored popsicles.
Mm-hmm. And I don't. I prefer the cherry flavor.
I always go for orange. All right. Well, let's try this one.
All right. And these are both in bottles, the cherry.
Yes, these are both in bottles. It's interesting. It's not bad.
It's different. It's very different from both of the other ones, I feel like.
It is very different.
I don't think that this was just an orange flavor added to the original formula.
No, it doesn't taste like that.
It tastes like a totally different thing.
But it's not bad.
It's not bad. It's different.
Definitely different.
I would try it again, but I don't think that I would buy a huge package of it.
Yeah. Well, maybe we can see if it mixes well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do maybe a video of mixing up some ale 8 cocktails.
Yeah, we'll see if it mixes well.
All right. Okay, well, that was some tasty sodas.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about some other sodas around the U.S.?
Let's do it.
We found an article about the most iconic soft drink in every state in America.
America.
And Kentucky's is...
Surprise, surprise.
Ale 8-1. Wow.
That is a huge surprise, huh?
I know. This is like we just talked about it for a really long time. There are a couple of sodas that I haven't heard about.
Okay.
Alabama is Grapico, and Arkansas is Grapette. I haven't heard of either of those, have you?
I have not. It does say Grapette is now a Sam's Club soda, so I guess that means that you can get it at Sam's Club. So if you want to try it, there you go.
Oh, Hawaii is Hawaiian Sun. Is that fruit punch stuff?
What fruit punch stuff?
You know that...
Like Hawaiian Punch?
Oh, yeah, I guess that's what that's called.
No, it's not. This Hawaiian Sun is not technically a real soft drink because it's not carbonated.
Okay. Yeah,
but it is their favorite beverage. It's like guava, passion fruit guava flavored.
All right. Hawaiian Punch is what that's called.
Yep.
Maddie.
Indiana's is triple XXX.
What the hell are you doing, Indiana?
It says, although it was founded in Texas, Triple XXX is now an Indiana institution that's famous for its root beer and for the fact that only one of 2 remaining eponymous restaurants, we talked about that, didn't we?
We did, I think.
Is located there. What did we say that word meant?
Eponymous means that it's named after a thing. So I guess there are restaurants named...
Triple XXX?
Yeah.
Do you think you would go into a restaurant called Triple XXX?
I don't think I would think it was a restaurant.
I don't think I would either.
I think I would think it was a...
We should see where in Indiana this restaurant is and
go to
take a trip. Yep. Maine is Moxie, which was technically invented in Massachusetts, but I guess it has weird flavors. I don't know.
All right.
It's the name. They have named it the official state soft drink. So next time we go to Maine, do you know what Florida's is?
I'm gonna say that I don't like that they don't say what Moxie tastes like.
They don't. I'm assuming they have different flavors.
They only say that it has a weird flavor, which I don't think is very good selling. That's not good.
Yeah, no.
I'm not sold.
You're not sold on it.
All right, Florida. I do know what it is because I've read this article, but why don't you tell us?
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory, but it's any fountain soda out of a 7-Up Big Gulp.
A 7-Eleven Big Gulp.
7-Eleven, what'd I say?
7-Up.
Oh, sorry.
I think.
Yeah, sorry. Any fountain soda out of a 7-Eleven Big Gulp. Self-explanatory to Florida.
Florida, you're a hot mess.
You are.
I guess. When I went in Florida,
but we love you.
I didn't really notice anything that crazy.
Oh, you didn't stay long enough.
Yeah, I mean, I was just in Disney World, and then I was out. I bounced. Also, I was only, 13.
Oh.
So.
Florida be cray.
Everything seemed fine to me, but clearly it's not. Yeah.
All right, well, that about does it for sodas, I think. So we'll link the whole list of sodas so you can see all 50 states and what their favorite sodas are.
And tell us what your favorite soda is.
I like Coke. I'm a Coke girl.
I think I would agree. Just the original Coke.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
I do. I really, really, really love Coke.
I get very confused when people prefer Pepsi.
My husband prefers Pepsi. I don't understand it.
I can't even.
Coke has a more vanilla taste to it, I think. And it's not as syrupy.
Yeah, it's not as cloyingly sweet.
Yeah.
This isn't about Coke. This is about Ale 8.
It is. But Coke is also good.
It is. Ale 8's also really good, though.
Yeah, well, Coke now distributes Ale 8, so...
Like a good...
It kind of makes sense to talk about it for a second.
All right.
But the second's over. And we're going to wrap this podcast up.
All right, let's.
All right. Well, that about does it for today on There Are Lots of Things. Thank you for listening, and as always, it was so much fun to hang out with you and discuss Ale 8. We hope you had fun with us this week.
Make sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, where you'll find today's show notes, along with a fun trivia question that will give you a hint about next week's episode topic. You can also leave show topic suggestions there, or email us at talot.podcast@gmail.com. That's talot.podcast@gmail.com.
To make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe to the podcast over at iTunes or wherever you stream your podcast. Until next time, cheers!
Remember the other day when we did that?
Yeah. Just yesterday?
Yeah.